Hi, this is Dodger and you're watching my show. It breaks my little heart to be kicking Sherlock Cat out every time I make these now. He is in love with this tripod. I can't make a video with a cat molesting my tripod the entire time. It's just, can't do it. But on the plus side, now he gets to sit by the door and watch all the cars go by. I feel like it's an okay trade-off. So for gaming news, first thing is that the OUYA is now officially up for retail, $99 in North America, and I'm not sure what the price is in the UK, but it is also available there. It is available at Amazon, Best Buy, Target, GameStop, and Game. Yes, did it. But a lot of them are running out of stock already. It is flying off the shelves, which does not surprise me at all. If you're interested in getting it, and you're like, I don't know whether or not I'll have space for it, it's so small, you guys. It's super tiny. And although the concern right now is whether or not it will have any exclusive games, rest assured there are many of developers who are actually making exclusive games for it right now. It's just that, you know, buying it right now is kind of like buying the Wii U right now. There isn't all that much to do on it yet. And if you're somebody who got the model from the Kickstarter, you might be kind of sad to hear that a lot of the issues have been fixed in the new retail model, which is good for those of us who waited, but sucks for the people who supported it while it was in a Kickstarter. Also, speaking of the people who supported it on Kickstarter, they were all promised that they would get the OUYA before it went up on retail, and unfortunately that hasn't completely happened. That's not on the fault of the OUYA team. They're all very upset about it. It's on the fault of the people who are sending it out, which sucks. So if you were somebody who is still waiting on it, apparently it should get to you within a couple of weeks. They have apologized, they've said, we're really sorry about this, we wanted it to get to you, and it all got messed up somehow. It sounds like it's really gonna be worth it, which surprises me. Honestly, at the time when it first came out, I was like, I don't know. I don't know whether or not I would want an OUYA, but it's small, it's cheap, and there are exclusive games that are going to be coming out for it. And right now, as just an Android-based thing, it has a lot of games available. So, I don't know, it's kind of cool. It's cool to see it all come to fruition, because with Kickstarter, there's always negative Nancy's saying, what if this just never even happens? What if they get all this money, and then we just don't see any product? But rest assured, you can literally get it at a store now, which is kind of great. But something that might not go exactly as planned, but still will be fantastic, is Molyjam. It is happening very soon. Remember, this is the game jam that is put on by Molyjam, the parody account for Moly. But this year, instead of it being based off of different random Molyjam ideas for games, it is going to be based off of actual quotes from Moly. It's you Americans, there's something about nipples you hate. If this were Germany, we'd be romping around naked on the stage here. Basically the idea is that each team is going to be given an out of context quote, and then they have to make a game surrounding that quote or inspired by that quote, which is amazing. I'm so excited to see the games that are created out of this because I think they're gonna be the silliest. Oh, my food is here. Oh. Yes. Thai iced tea and I. OTP. I will go down with this ship! Molyjam will run July 5th through the 7th, and it will be happening at many different places, but they have a map for you to look at if you want to participate. Apparently there will be 22 quotes in total that you can be part of, which I'm assuming is because of 22 cans. That's his company's called 22 Can. Sorry, that wasn't clear. Whatever. Have you played Ridiculous Fishing and gotten all the fish, done all the things, found all the secrets? Fortunately, there is going to be a huge update coming as a thank you to everybody because they had no idea this game was going to do as well as it did. For Vlambeer, it was like, oh, we'll just make this silly game. And the silly game became a big deal. Everybody loves Ridiculous Fishing. I love Ridiculous Fishing. So since the game did so well, especially after being cloned, which is always a concern, like, is our game gonna do better than the clone of our game? Because if it doesn't, that's gonna suck. So the first update that's gonna happen will be in July, and it'll be smaller, it'll just add some fish, and that's about it. And then the second one is going to happen later on this year, and it'll add so much content that they're insisting it'll be about double what the game is now. Which is awesome! I know quite a few people who are gonna be jacked about that. Not me. Me. As a final bit of news, poor Australia is getting games taken away from them. For Australians, it's very common for games to not make it into the country based on their content, but As of the beginning of this year, they have an R18+ rating. Since then, there have been no issues. They've let every game in. But as of last night, they have announced that there are 2 different games that do not meet classifications. One of these games is Saints Row 4, and everyone is throwing a fit. Based on alien-type probing and also some drug use, they've decided that they don't want the game in the country, and they would like for those things to be taken out in order for it to come over there at all. Now, I think the best comparison here of why is this game not being allowed in, but this game was, is they let in the last Mortal Kombat game. Mortal Kombat is an extremely gory game, like awfully gory. And I think that there's just the question of why is there a game that has drug use in which the drugs are fake and then an awkward alien probing thing not allowed in, whereas a game in which you brutally murder each other is in. It's just another question of how much should a government be able to censor media, and up to this point, it just wasn't within their guidelines. But now they have the 18 and up rating, and adults should be able to choose for themselves what they play. Saints Row 4 is a silly game, and yes, maybe there are some things that are involved in that game that would make many of us go, that's a little out of taste. But assuming that your system is working and only adults are playing it anyway, shouldn't they be able to make those sort of choices the same way that they would be able to make a choice of, this is a little too gory and gross for me? I don't live in Australia, so it's not like I can speak about this on behalf of the entire country, but I do know some Australians who are very upset about this. Kinda like, why have the 18 and up rating at all? You know? Anywho, that is my show. Thank you so much for watching. If you have a positive or a negative response, feel free to leave it in my comment section. And if you want to have coffee with me, you can click wherever I put the annotation and it'll take you to my other channel. Dead Space 3, the very first episode, went up yesterday, so I'll link you guys to that in the end slate, and I hope you have a fantastic day, and I will talk to you again on Friday. Bye-bye! Mwah! Not me. Me.